Hi there, Gemini. Welcome to Dragon Tail Tarot. My name is Ariel. This is Mr. Fire Dragon, and I'm here to do your reading for this return of Saturn going direct. The planet Saturn has been going in a retrograde motion for 5 months, starting with April the 29th, and now it is coming back around for direct motion, so it's a very exciting time. And this is going to be absolutely affecting everybody in some way. So what I want to get into first, before we start anything, is that this is a general reading. This will not resonate with every single Gemini out there. If it doesn't resonate with you, those aren't your messages. If it does resonate with you, then they are meant for you. So this is going to also correspond most strongly to Gemini Sun, Moon, Venus, and Rising signs, and all Gemini cross watchers are absolutely welcome. While you're thinking about it, reach out, click that subscribe button, and give it that dragon claw up by clicking that like button and letting us know you enjoyed this video. So, quick astrology lesson as we start. I'm going to just run down the basics of what we're looking at right now. So here's the planet Saturn right here. This is that cross of matter over the curve of spirit, which is why Capricorns, who are ruled by that planet Saturn, are so practical, logical, and even though they're very emotional inside, they use that very practical filter always. And so Saturn naturally rules Capricorn, and it's also transiting in Capricorn right now. It will not be back in that sign for another about 30 years, roughly, to be approximate. So this is what's been backwards. It's been going in relative backward motion to the Earth for 5 months, and on September 18th at 4:47 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, it will be officially going back direct for a 7th month direct period till it goes backward again. The other thing I would always bring up, because you can't really separate the two right now, is that Saturn and Pluto are traveling together. Pluto is also in retrograde right now, and it is going direct on October 3rd, which is actually going to make a big difference. We're going to feel both of those bad boys going direct. And let me tell you, these two, I jokingly call them doom and gloom. Pluto is the doom, Saturn is the gloom. But it isn't all doom and gloom. But these are the heavier planets to me. They are serious. They are foundational. They deal with heavy subjects. And so that's a big reason, y'all, why we have felt such a lot of heavy energy as we go around this old sun of ours. So Pluto, you know, out there, he's been in Saturn in Capricorn since 2007, and so that energy's been with us for a while. And this hasn't, you know, Pluto's our super slow guy. He moves real slow. So the last time Pluto was in Capricorn was during the 1700s, and that's why we have so much, you know, foundational change and you know, feeling like a chaos and a revolutionary sort of energy. It's very, very strong. Capricorn energy and Saturn energy deal with old established foundations, old established, you know, institutions that we never think can change or go away. And now, you know, they are changing, they are shifting, which is actually a very positive thing. It's also, you know, gets into earth energy because it's an earth sign. And so, you know, Saturn energy and Capricorn energy as by proxy are both very much about karma. They're about, you know, you do the crime, you do the time. If you did something bad to somebody, it kind of comes back on you. If you've been putting good things out into the world, that comes back to you as well. Saturn being the ruler of Capricorn, it's very tough on Capricorn sun signs and really puts them through the ringer. But I would say anywhere that Saturn challenges you or puts you through a hard time or makes you be really patient for something, the results are always pure gold. The efforts, you know, your efforts are worth it, because you will get recompense for it. So if you've been working really hard and you're like, when am I ever going to see a return? The return is coming, guys. This has been a very tough, like, summer, spring, you know, this last 5 months, I would say, has been quite challenging for almost everyone I know, myself included. We've definitely felt this. So I also want to bring up some interesting notes about this essence of karma with Saturn. You know, it definitely deals with that. It also deals with timing, like I said. So sometimes, you know, when Saturn's taken its time, it's just because it's building up to that perfect spot where it will drop in and it'll just all work out. So hang in there, guys. And we're going to look at your chart to just see where that's hitting you. So for you, Gemini, Saturn direct for the universal chart is going forward in your 8th house. That is the Scorpio house. Interestingly enough, because of that, Pluto is also in your 8th house of universally. And that's why I say, my Geminis, y'all have been on a very deep, very spiritual path. Probably much more so than most people recognize or realize, because Gemini, y'all put out that kind of light, funny, communicative, you tell great jokes, very personable. People don't always realize how deep and heavy what's going on inside of you is, and it's definitely working its way through you. So you're definitely going through kind of that, you know, deep down, it's like you're feeling all that very meaningful, profound, beautiful soul work and sometimes shadow work that you're doing as you look at that kind of darker side of yourself, because Pluto and, you know, that energy in that 8th house that Pluto rules, woo, that's rebirth and death and the journey through the dark to the rebirth and regeneration. So there are parts of you, Gemini, that are just, they're dying off symbolically and giving way. It's like the phoenix from the ashes, you know, for a new life, a new rebirth. So without further ado, I wanted to bring out my my tuning forks. I do sound therapy for many years, and I hadn't brought my forks out, so I wanted to just share a couple of these with you. This one is Saturn, and this one is Mercury, your ruling planet. So this is your vibration there. Every planet has a vibrational sonic sound, and that is yours. So we clear and charge up the area for you. Very beautiful. And then we have Saturn. It's going to be a little discordant compared to Mercury. Yeah, but these are the two of them. Just a nice way to meditate and get in the space for this. So I'm going to start by doing a past, present, future spread. We're going to do for kind of the past will be this past 5-month period and what it has brought through. And then we're going to do a present for where you are right now as Saturn goes direct. And then we'll do a future column to where, you know, it's going as Saturn goes forward from this direct energy and starts to move ahead. Dear angels, divine beings of light, guardians, ancestors, helpers, and healers, please be with us as we do the reading for the Sun, Moon, Venus, and Gemini, rising sign of Gemini. And this is going to be for the Saturn direct motion on September 18th. Please protect their energy as well as mine and bring through clear, accurate messages for their highest good. Thank you. Beautiful, beautiful start to this reading, Gemini. My goodness. So this past 5 months with Saturn being retrograde, you've been going what's called the serendipity card, which is going with the flow, merging with the flow of consciousness. And you have definitely been embracing a deeper sense of your spiritual path and spiritual journey. And you've actually decided really not to fight it, which is an absolutely beautiful thing. So going into this moment right now as we go direct with Saturn is Samadhi. So this is perfect acceptance, perfect harmony, not fighting the flow of nature and the flow of change and the tides, but really just accepting it and moving forward. And so then going into the future is the phenomenon, be still and listen to the spirits. So you're really very on track right now, Gemini, to having a super spiritual, deep, growing, you know, foundational experience where not only is this spiritual, but it's really taken root and it's really starting to show in your everyday life. And I think that for you, because you're ruled by Mercury, you're very communicative, the mind goes a lot. So this is really saying you're getting to a place where meditation is easier, stillness is easier, getting into that place where you can really hear your guides, your angels, your spiritual helpers. They're all out there, you know, just waiting to guide and help and assist and love you. So these are really strong in the beginning here. So let's pull some planetary cards, some astrology cards, and see what comes up deeper around these messages. Ooh, so beautiful. Oh my God. Okay, so Gemini, over top of serendipity, going with the flow, is the solar eclipse of revolution. Like I said, there's a real revolutionary energy that comes through with Saturn and Pluto in this forward motion. So you really are, because you've been going with the flow in this past, it's created a revolution within you. And so this, in the beginning, right here in the middle for the present, as it goes forward, is the first house, the body, the identity. So this is all about really changing and shaping the way that you come across to other people. You aren't the same anymore as you used to be. And that's going to be taking even more of a manifest, you know, obvious, clear, you know, it's like there's really, it's given physical form with that card. And so over top of the phenomenon is the sixth house, routines. So it's like you're integrating as you go forward into this next 7 months. You're absolutely not just, you know, knowing the concepts and having the theories or having the ideas, but you're walking the walk. You're talking the talk. You're absolutely integrating what you've learned and what you're experiencing into your everyday work routine, even the way that you interact with other people, the way that you take care of yourself, your health, your physical body. And I believe because that first house of the body, that's something that you're waking up to right now, Gemini, is that if you haven't been taking such good care of yourself, you're like, oh, I got to get on that. And you're going to be you're going to be rocking that. And it's going to really come through over this next 6 to 7 month period of time, where you integrate all those changes into your daily routine. So let's pull some tarot and see what comes up. We're just going to keep deepening this reading and getting the messages that come through. Very powerful. So yes, Gemini, this has definitely taught you some things here in the past about getting a little bit deeper, a little bit more grounded, more stable, more solid, more balanced, because that's that very Taurus energy, but that could also point to some Capricorn and Virgo coming into the present right now. You're getting that Temperance card, so this is really refining fire. Sagittarius energy of balance, and then going into the future, there's the moon. So to me, this moon card is really about your habits and your routines, just like that sixth house with the routines. This is Virgo energy. This is Pisces energy. So it's a balance of the practical and also the spiritual. And this is also clearing up anything that has been either confusing, difficult, deceptive, kind of cloudy in the past. Let's go ahead and pull some clarifiers for each one of these and see what comes up. Yes, and you have definitely gone through sometimes, Gemini, where you've really felt like you've had to just take a break. This past 5 months has not been easy in a lot of respects, because you've been having to ascend and change and grow so quick. So this has been something that, you know, you're coming out of right now. I would say as we're going towards that, you're almost coming out of a hibernation or a self-imposed sort of, you know, postponement there. And then over top of the Temperance, we get that Thunderbolt. It's the Tower. So the present energy is like, I have got to clear all the decks. The divine is stepping in and clearing them out for you. It's like, got to get you out of there. We're going to get those divine lightning bolts that really, you know, purge the last of any junk out of your, you know, environment, out of your system. Over top of that Moon card comes the Page of Wands. So this is about new, playful, joyful, fiery energy moving through into your system. So these are just powerful, Gemini. I know y'all have been going through so much. I love my Geminis. I've heard from a lot of you for personal readings and a lot of words of encouragement, and you all are awesome. You've been going through a really amazing spiritual journey on the collective, I know. So I'm going to pull 3 major arcana just to wrap up this session, and see what comes out here. All right. Oh, Gemini. We doubled up some of that energy. So coming out on the past, there's the death, there's the transformation, there's that complete change. Like we've said, it's really a lot going away. And as you go into the present, look at that High Priestess. This is all about you stepping into your spiritual power and awareness. And it's a mysterious energy, but everything's being cleared away for that. And so funny, in the future, we got the Moon, and then we got the Moon again from a totally different deck. So this is very, very strong. And I would say absolutely those messages about, you know, kind of embracing that spiritual side, you know, realizing that there are some things that might be a little confusing still, but using your intuition very, very strongly. Just to me, this is very Pisces energy. It's also a little bit of Cancer just because it's that Moon, it's that lunar rulership. So pay attention to the full moons that come up, because obviously going forward, the full moons and the moon cycles are going to be very important to you, Gemini. And I do a full moon reading every month on this channel. So absolutely check into those when I post them, because that'll have extra messages for you as well. So thank you so much. Goodbye from me, Mr. Dragon, and I'll see you all very, very soon. Take care. Bye-bye.